6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Salman Tahir Siddiqui. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has reaffirmed resolve to implementation of $40 billion country partnership framework of World Bank. Deputy Prime Minister has proposed a working group of OIC experts to chart a roadmap for Afghanistan's stability. Organization of Islamic Cooperation has reaffirmed unwavering support for Kashmiri people's inalienable right to self-determination. Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee has inaugurated King Hamad Institute of Nursing and Associated Medical Sciences in Islamabad. Israeli forces in their unabated strikes martyred 50 more Palestinians in Gaza today. In Super 4 phase of the T20 Asia Cup, Bangladesh will face India in Dubai tonight. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif says a reform agenda initiated by the government has steered Pakistan towards macroeconomic stabilization, restored investor confidence and promoted sustainable and inclusive economic growth. He was talking to World Bank Group President Ajay Banga, who met him on the sidelines of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. Shehbaz Sharif expressed appreciation for the World Bank's new country partnership framework 2026-2035, under which the World Bank has committed an unprecedented $40 billion for Pakistan. The Prime Minister reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment to ensure its effective implementation in close coordination with provincial governments. President World Bank appreciated the reform measures being undertaken by Pakistan and reaffirmed the bank's commitment to Pakistan's development agenda. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has emphasized that Pakistan is making steady progress towards meeting the various targets and commitments under the IMF program. During a meeting with Managing Director of IMF, Ms. Kristalina Georgieva in New York, he said that the impact of the recent floods on Pakistan's economy must be factored into the IMF's review. The Prime Minister appreciated the IMF's long-standing constructive partnership with Pakistan. Shehbaz Sharif said Pakistan's economy is showing positive signs of stabilization and is now moving towards recovery with deep-rooted structural reforms. The IMF Managing Director expressed her sympathy to all people affected by the floods. She commended the Prime Minister's commitment to pursuing sound macroeconomic policies and reiterated the IMF's continued support. Deputy Prime Minister Mohammad Dar has proposed a working group of OIC experts to chart a roadmap for Afghanistan's stability. He was addressing the first meeting of the OIC Contact Group on Afghanistan at the United Nations General Assembly in New York. The Deputy Prime Minister reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment to peace, stability and prosperity in the brotherly country of Afghanistan. He stressed that Afghanistan cannot remain isolated and urged the OIC members to secure unconditional humanitarian funding, revive trade and banking systems, enhance regional connectivity and promote dialogue for compliance with international obligations. The Deputy Prime Minister also voiced grave concern over terrorist groups operating from Afghan soil, warning that they threaten regional peace and security. He urged the Afghan authorities to take concrete and verifiable action against cross-border terrorism. Pakistan and Lithuania have agreed to explore meaningful cooperation in emerging areas such as the digital economy and education. An affirmation to this effect was made during a meeting between Deputy Prime Minister Mohammad Isagdar and Acting Minister of Foreign Affairs of Lithuania, Kęstutis Budrys, on the sidelines of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. The two sides held a productive exchange on further strengthening bilateral relations. They underscored the importance of active exchange of business delegations to enhance trade and investment ties. Both leaders also welcomed the signing of the Convention on Avoidance of Double Taxation and Prevention of Fiscal Evasion between Pakistan and Lithuania. This is Radio Pakistan. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation has reaffirmed its unwavering support for the Kashmiri people's inalienable right to self-determination as enshrined in the UN Security Council resolutions. The OIC Contact Group on Jammu and Kashmir, which met in New York with Secretary General in the chair, also reaffirmed its earlier pronouncements and resolutions on Jammu and Kashmir dispute. The OIC Contact Group expressed solidarity with the government and people of Pakistan and indicated their deep concern over recent military escalation in the South Asian region. The OIC Contact Group on Jammu and Kashmir also welcomed the ceasefire between the two sides following the military escalation. It also emphasized that some of the Indian leaders' unwarranted claims and irresponsible statements about Azad Jammu and Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan constitute a threat to regional peace. The OIC Contact Group on Jammu and Kashmir further condemned the prolonged detention of the thousands of Kashmiri political workers and human rights defenders, banning of a number of Kashmiri political parties, and the ongoing campaign to confiscate the properties of the Kashmiri activists. The OIC Contact Group on Jammu and Kashmir urged India to improve the human rights situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, release all Kashmiri political prisoners, lift the ban on the outlawed Kashmiri political parties, repeal all restrictive and draconian laws, and implement the relevant United Nations Security Council resolutions on Jammu and Kashmir. Minister for National Health Services Syed Mustafa Kamal has expressed the government's resolve to provide better health care facilities to the people. Addressing a ceremony in Islamabad today, he said the government is taking prudent steps to transform the healthcare system on modern lines. Mustafa Kamal also highlighted the importance of population control, clean drinking water, and living a healthy lifestyle. Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee General Sahir Shamshad Mirza has underscored the strong bilateral relations between Pakistan and Bahrain. He was speaking at the inauguration ceremony of King Hamad Institute of Nursing and Associated Medical Sciences in Islamabad. General Sahir Shamshad Mirza said that the inauguration of this institute marks an important milestone in advancing medical education. He expressed confidence that the institute would produce competent healthcare professionals and set new benchmarks in nursing and associated medical sciences in Pakistan. The ceremony was also attended by Commander Bahrain National Guard General Sheikh Mohammed bin Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa and other senior civil military officers. Relief operations are continuing in flood-affected areas under the supervision of NDMA with participation from all relevant agencies including welfare organizations. Welfare organizations have collectively distributed over 7,300 tons of relief goods in the flood-affected areas. NDMA has also mobilized the private sector and industrial entities, delivering approximately 3,000 tons of relief supplies to flood victims. In accordance with NDMA's guidance and instructions, welfare organizations have also established medical camps and mobile health units. Welfare organizations have also provided ambulances, tents, hygiene kits, and mosquito nets in the affected areas. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has welcomed Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan for highlighting the Kashmir dispute during the ongoing 80th United Nations General Assembly session at the UN headquarters in New York. According to Kashmir Media Service, Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan in his address referred to the Kashmir issue in the UN General Assembly and said the issue of Kashmir should be resolved on the basis of UN resolutions for the best interests of our brothers and sisters in Kashmir. APHC spokesman Advocate Abdul Rashid Minhas, in a statement in Srinagar, said the speech is also an eye-opener for India as the international community is no longer ready to subscribe to its false narrative on Jammu and Kashmir. The APHC noted that the Turkish president is well aware of how the Kashmir dispute remains the main source of tension between Pakistan and India. Israeli forces in their unabated strikes martyred 50 more Palestinians in Gaza today. The martyrdom toll of Palestinians in Israeli aggression on Gaza since October 7, 2023 has risen to over 65,400. In Super 4 phase of the T20 Asia Cup, Bangladesh will face India in Dubai tonight. The match will start at 7:30 p.m. Pakistan in their last match of Super 4 phase will take on Bangladesh in Dubai tomorrow. And finally, the weather. Hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while partly cloudy weather in upper districts during the next 12 hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.